So the competency that I decided to work on during this internship was the world orientation competency because I figured I was doing this international internship and I thought it was a good opportunity since I will actually be living in this culture for 3 months. I thought it was a good idea to try and improve my sort of understanding of these other cultures and to improve my world orientation. And so, sort of the initial goals I made were to get out to the theater and experience that part of the culture in Stratford because it really is one of the major sort of cultural foundations of the town. And then I also plan to visit the SBT sites, which one is just an important part of my work for the trust, but it's also the sites are sort of the areas that the town is built around, and you really get to know the town based on sort of the tourist sites that are there. And then I also had a sort of the goal to get out of Stratford and see how life in other cities compared and what that really said about the culture in Stratford and the culture in England as a whole, and just trying to investigate things like that. So those were my initial goals, and it sort of developed as I was in the internship into sort of talking to my colleagues and trying to be open to learning about their cultures and what they think about their culture and what they would recommend to me as far as things to try to get to know and sort of really experience the English culture while I'm there. And as far as things that went well, I felt like I was able to really get out and see the sites that I wanted to see and go to the theater and experience kind of that part of the culture to really get to do the events and the activities. That was probably the easiest thing to do, is to take advantage of sort of the tourist side of the town. Um, what I found was more difficult was actually the times of getting out of Stratford and trying to kind of branch out and do things that weren't right there in the town. And I think that's because you sort of get set into this routine and then you're working every day and it just sort of feels right to kind of end the day, make dinner, and stay in. But I think there's a lot I could have benefited from being a bit more adventurous with my free time. That being said, though, in certain ways I was able to kind of supplement a lot of that with talking to my colleagues and going out for drinks with them and dinner and being able to talk to them frankly about what they think about the town and their work and their culture. So that was a great asset and a great way to learn about the culture right from the people who live there. And really, that's the main thing that I learned sort of about myself through this process and this plan to develop, was basically that it can be dangerous to get too set into a routine, no matter where you are, even if it is sort of in an unfamiliar place. I find that once I'm set into a routine, I kind of will sort of stick with it, and I think the key is not being too complacent and always sort of seeking after things, new things to learn, new things to do, and I think doing that is a way to improve your understanding of the world. And so that sort of ties into my SMART goals, which is sort of in my next international internship, which I'll be doing in the winter, and sort of can apply to any new work situation or environment, is to sort of go out in those first weeks and just try, 3 new places within that sort of town. And whether it be, sort of dining options or tourist options or shopping options, just going to 3 new places within those towns in order to just kind of become more familiar with the culture and get yourself out there. And so I think this is, a specific plan, and it's measurable by the fact that you need at least 3 places to go in order to kind of get a sense for something new. And is agreed upon sort of with myself and sort of talking to other people about doing that. And then it's realistic because it is pushing your boundaries and getting you to get out there, but it isn't exactly sort of something that can't be done in that first week. And then it's time bound by sort of doing it within the first week and really pushing yourself to get it done before you get too complacent. So I think that's a good goal to keep in mind for my future internships.